r/sex workers. Munster Merapan says, bruh. Someone had a psychedelic looking outfit and I said I need those pants, then I see this immediately, what the frick. Included photo. For Advocate says, the mods of that sub have a hard on for people who are into sex for some reason. Dark Harness says, happened to me. I wrote a message back saying something like that's screwed up and I was banned from Reddit for 3 days or something. Why would anyone want to be a part of a subreddit like that anyway? Stanachik says, yup, I'm banned too. Vampirus Plus says, doesn't this sub have an auto ban if you've ever posted anywhere labeled NSFW? Dazzling Duty 8316 says, same happened to me, frick them. Brooklyn 11 says, happened to me too. Addison Lulu says, I have seen post about this from different girl before in this sub. They just don't like us. r/sex workers. Interesting Soil 102 says, the local police department thinks I'm a sex worker after talking to me about a guy I reported. I reported a guy for raping me back in October. I reported him before Christmas. The detective I spoke to yesterday started picking it apart and asking questions. They wanted to know what site he and I were talking on. If he and I planned to meet. He said, reading between the lines, it sounds like prostitution. I said it wasn't. The night he raped me, I didn't plan to meet him. This was a stranger randomly approaching me and forcing himself on me. I told him, the guy who raped me, by message I was going to be downtown drinking with my friends, but the person I was talking to online didn't respond to this. Also, the person I was talking to online has no name or picture, so I don't know what he looks like. The police detective said, if it has anything to do with prostitution, it's a gray area. This guy lives just a minute from me by car. He keeps following me around telling me to get in his car. He only does this in person. I have no online or cell phone contact with him since that night back in October. This guy also said, just a few days ago to me in person, if I report him for what he did to me back in October, then he will tell the cops I'm a sex worker. I'm afraid they will talk to him, but do nothing more than that. His girlfriend will be mad at him, then he will be mad at me. He raped me right in public, so I don't think there is much to keep him from doing so again. Also, I'm worried the cops may try to bust me. I never confirmed or denied that I'm a sex worker. The detective didn't seem too worried about that, more so about how the case would hold up if it was related to prostitution. I hate to think I would get busted for prostitution while he gets off for raping me after I reported him. What a mess. Honestly, I think the cops are a bit prejudiced against sex workers. I'm starting to think I shouldn't have reported him. Has anyone been in this situation where they ended up reporting someone for rape, but the cops didn't really do much about it? Creeper Porn Watcher says, I'm on the client's side, so I'm not going to address what you should do if you are/aren't a provider. I'll just say that, as a human being, you deserve justice, and the rape deserves to be reported. Enlist the help of legal advocates who are going to push back against stupidity of the police. Carmen Del Orson says, you have to start recording this guy on your phone for proof. Better Necessary 138 says, every time he approaches you, file a stalking report, get his license plate, have your phone handy. Get the bear spray, get a dog. I suggest a blue nose pit bull, a dog will eat him. Athausablin says, contact your local SWAP chapter or other sex workers outreach program to help you. I'm sorry. Samantoshia says, buy a can of bear spray and keep it handy at all times. Don't buy those small cans of pepper spray, you have to be too close and it's not that effective. T-Mine says, your job or work has nothing to do with it, go file a formal complaint. Xanderax says, Southwestern being illegal is really pure BS. What a joke of a society we live in. Massager by Ashley 2023 says, please get an attorney to press the issue. Record any calls you have with the detective. BC you could have grounds to sue for discrimination. Cosim15 says, I'm really sorry about all that has been happening to you. The rape in itself is horrific enough, and you can only be admired for the strength you've shown dealing with it so far. Dealing with all of this now is awful and depressing, and I can only wish for things to get better for you and to keep that strength of yours in order to face all this injustice. I can't talk about American laws since I'm not familiar with them, but surely it can't be a gray area to get raped, no matter your profession. One thing I know is that there's rape victims not being taken seriously all over the world sadly, but it seems to help when they deal with female officers/lawyers instead of men. That's the only bit of advice I could provide. Once again, sorry for everything happening to you. I wish you all the best. May all this be over as soon as possible and justice be done for you. Ghost of Sniff says, there is a lot to unpack here, and I have to make some assumptions, so if I'm off please forgive me. When detectives talk to people, they are testing everyone's account of the incident against everything else they have learned. If you gave some intentionally vague or worse some false information to avoid telling them what you do, that would have raised their suspicions and they would have pursued the question of why you were being vague or less than honest. When a case goes to the DA, those things have to be addressed, and an attempt to answer those questions has to be made. A victim in a crime typically needs to be as innocent as possible and not involved in some other crime at the time of the incident. That's why robbing drug dealers is so popular. A drug dealer can't report it to the police because they have to admit being a drug dealer or r/sex workers. 555 Honey 555 says, client complains about me not being into him when I'm just more calm in the morning. So he comes in like super enthusiastic and I'm very calm, I mean it's the morning. I'm not tired, I'm just more calm than I usually am later on in the day. And he asks me if I'm okay and I'm like yeah, just more relaxed in the mornings. Who I isn't. I'm not yawning, I'm not laying down. I'm not rolling my eyes forcing him to get it over with. Just relaxed with the covers on half my body as I sit up in bed smiling and saying hello, asking about his day. None of my clients complain about it. They think it's cute, I'm all cuddled up. So we cuddle for a bit and then we get started and he starts eyeing me and hairs like, you know what, I don't think you're into this. I'm gonna go. And I was like, why? And he said, you just don't seem into it, and I was like, I'm just extra calm in the morning. Like I told you, no one has ever complained about this. Like no one. I just hate when you're human and understandably relaxed in the morning and some asshole takes that as a sign of you doing a bad job. Like frick, you WTF. No one ever complained about me being extra calm in the morning. What a prick. Like I hate the clients that see you acting human and they assume you're not into them or something is wrong with you. Like, give me a damn break, what a joke. Anxiety Vibes says, that's very weird of him. A lot of clients come in nervous and appreciate calming energy. I wouldn't worry about him. 555 Honey 555 says, thank you, and yeah, lots of clients love my calm energy, but for assholes like this, if you're not a machine with a smile plastered on your face bending like a damn silly straw with the energy of an energy drink, something is wrong. Theseus 63 says, that's when you say you're at a 11 and I need you to be at a 5 or 6. I've had house guests who ask me a million times in the morning, are you okay? Why are you so quiet? Dude, it's not even 9. I'm ready for your BS yet. Jumpy Pain 2923 says, you shouldn't be worried about it at all. When I used to see morning clients, sometimes I didn't have makeup on or just tuned out of the shower with wet hair and they loved it. Everyone likes to feel normal and natural or calm. Empty Asparagus 4597 says, yay, don't worry about him. I used to book clients at 7 to 8 am and be a bit sleepy and yawn, lol, I have to understand. By the end of the evening I am a bit tired and I like to cuddle after 6 and be more relaxed. I have heard clients ask if I'm okay when I was simply just buzzed out from sex and really enjoying that after sex relaxation. Some men are socially awkward. Like they don't even know what sex is supposed to be like, what to say and what not to say, etc. Some guys are very wound up and agitated, so they enjoy a girl who is more relaxed. Others like us to be super hyped and ready to rock and roll at 7 am. Please. Young Vixen says, 100% he watches porn daily and expects all women to be as excited to see his dick as the porn stars are in videos that they're acting in. Athausablan says, I feel so sorry for his real life partners. Don't let a high maintenance man ruin your lovely day again. If you can say no, my clients would love that vibe too. It's a him problem. Susie says, I must say I really feel for you on this one. I'm not a morning person, and I got a tear review once from a guy saying basically the same thing to me out of many positive reviews. Also, sometimes I'm high energy, but I hate the idea that sex always has to be hyper high energy, and I hate watching porn like that as well. Frick that guy. Litwin Music says, I felt this 100% because I naturally am very calm and soft spoken. Like you said, I'm nice and engaging and polite, but not too loud or bubbly. People often bug me about, are you okay, what's wrong? Both clients and in my real social life too. But this is just me, lol. It's annoying, I feel you. That's all for this video, thank you for watching, please subscribe.